James Earl Jones was asked a question in 1968, sitting next to his white wife, is that do black men marry white women because of the nature of black women? Let's talk.
Jim, do black men marry white women because of the nature of black women? I know in some of our earlier conversations you mentioned that the black women you've met have been uptight. What do you mean by that?
Well, I'll answer the one question, what do I mean by uptight? Going toward a more militant attitude about their own identity. And in many ways are way ahead of the black man, because I don't know why, but in many ways are replacing the black man. There's a whole, there's an almost unfeminine aspect of the black militant woman.
Keep in mind, we are fresh off the civil rights movement. Martin Luther King has been assassinated, and this man is sitting next to a white woman, basically saying black women are too militant and they're not really feminine, and that they're, taking over the position that black men play.
You find that some black women you've known out of your personal experience blame the black man for what happened to them in slavery even today?
Of course. If the black man, regardless of the causes, failed to protect her, left her in a position where she had to sell herself or bargain with her body and so on. Yes, she had there's a resentment about that, but it's very complex now. You see, I think in another generation you'll get a whole crop.
So, in Mr. Jones' eyes, black women are overreacting about the Aunt Jemima character, and we are also overreacting about having to be the breadwinner. Now, imagine a man sitting there who has wealth and marries a white woman, and understanding that the black community is poor and fighting against all these systemic issues, and he's talking about we are overreacting while he sits smiling, hugged up with a white woman who would have told the police he raped her and he would have been hung. Crazy, man, crazy, I tell you.
About their position in society, there are many, because I'm generalizing now, many are overreacting against Aunt Jemima, the Aunt Jemima image, the submissive Mother Earth type, unselfish, all-giving, especially all-giving to the white man, sexually and in the kitchen and every other way. And she's also overreacting against the problem of having to be the breadwinner, the matriarch of the house. The myth of the black matriarch is really a myth, because she is not. It wasn't her choice. Many black women, I'm sure, once they found this job had a certain social and political dignity to it, relished it and wielded the rolling pen, like any minority group mama would do. But no matter how much she might relish it, it wasn't her choice to begin with. She would always have preferred the black male to have run the house, to have saved her from white rapists, white slave owners.
And to top it off, that's even worse than all this. This man turns around to a white woman with all her white privilege and asks her, do she agree with her black husband about black women uptightness?
Why did you marry Jim? But first, do Do you know what Jim means by the uptightness of black women?
Oh, yes.
You've been in the theater.
Well, I've felt it. I've sensed it with almost every black woman that we know, whether they accept me or not. You know, whether there's always a tolerance, but there's always hostility behind it. I can understand it intellectually. Thank God I didn't have to go through the process that made it occur. I happen to think it's a good thing that they're showing hostility. I think it's the only thing they can show at the moment. And I think out of the hostility, I think that's a healthy sign.
And then she gave some type of, well, you know, I kind of understand because of what they went to, the raping and, you know, not being protected and all that, you know, but they still look at me funny. It's crazy. This is shameful. And this is the truth about what black men were doing and what they cared about. Even in the 60s, while they were getting hung for even looking at a white woman. But yet and still, the narrative has already started spinning that it's always and it's on the black woman. It's her fault for being mad. It's her fault. It's her fault. It's her fault. It's crazy. I'm Mama Rain. Like, share, and subscribe. And as always, have a great day and don't forget to leave that comment. Bye.